dissect through the universe. This is Jess from Capella Wellness, here to help you step into your truth and star into your power. For those of you who've never been here before, welcome. Thank you so much for being here for the first time. For those of you who are returning to watch another one of my videos, thank you for coming back and for supporting me. And for my Capella members, I love you dearly. All right, Aries, so what we're going to do here today is we're going to look into what's going on with love for you for the end of February 2023. It could be about how your person's thinking, feeling about you. You take it how it resonates, but remember to leave the rest for those others who are watching this and be honest with yourself in a situation. So we're going to get some additional guidance from Spirit, how to best navigate these energies of what's going on in love for you, Aries. And we're going to look into what this new supermoon in Pisces activating in your love life or in the connection with your person. All right. So there will be an extended for this reading. The link to that extended video is in the description box below. I will talk about what that extended entails at the end of the reading. All right, guys. Aries, what's going on in love for you? Whoa, that was fast. Ten of Wands. The Ten of Swords and Ten of Wands keeps coming up now, especially for the end of February type of stuff. So this guy, this one keeps appearing. So this is the Ten of Wands, all right? The Ten of Clubs. And I am reading these playing cards as tarot because that's what I've been guided to do. And I always comply with what I am guided to do. So it says here, you are the last thing I think of each night. And every time I get this card, somebody gets excited when the end of the day comes. They're not working, they're not tending to their kids if they have kids, they're not dealing with their obligations, because Ten of Wands can be too many responsibilities, too many things going on in life, a lot of burdens, a lot of heaviness. And you know, while they're trying to manage the everyday life here, when nighttime comes around and they're getting ready to go to bed, they get excited about it because they get to tap into you more. They get to I'm hearing the Lifehouse song, I'm falling even more, no, it's Hanging by the Moment, but the lyric is, I'm falling even more in love with you, right? So it's kind of like at night, this person falls more in love with you because they're looking at your pictures, they're looking at your videos, your emails, your text messages, whatever. Things are reminding them of you. They may be even looking at other tarot readings or something like that to see what's going on with you. I'm hearing they're cross-watching or something. They're looking up your sign, Aries, or something like that. They're looking to see what's going on in your life, that type of thing. If there's anybody else in the picture, they do a lot of looking online or just looking at, again, the photos, the text messages, the emails you sent them, because they miss you quite a bit. So much so, Aries, that it brings them to tears sometimes. So if you look at this card, he has the phone of the girl he's thinking about, and he's kind of like having his hand out there wishing that she was there. And take it however it could be, you could be wishing, or somebody's wishing that the guy is there, the girl is there, however it fits for your story. And he has this really, it's not a big smile on his face, but it's kind of like a missing you smile, or like not a yearning so much, but it's more of like, ah, I wish so-and-so was here. And they put their hand across the bed, and it's kind of like they're imagining you actually being there. And maybe they're kind of putting their hand there to kind of pretend that either they're like touching your face or your hair, or they're caressing you or something like that. Like I see that very strongly. But this person's also like, that person's not there next to me. I can feel them there, but they're not physically there. And so what they do, they might even sleep with the phone next to them with a picture of you there to kind of pretend that you're there. I don't know where that came from, but I never got that with that card, but that's what I'm getting. So this individual is like, you know, I really wish they were here. I wish you were here. Pink Floyd has a song with that title. Incubus has a song with that title. Those songs might be significant for you. Highly recommend that you listen to both if you're not familiar with both. Those are both incredible songs. Every time at night, you're like the last thing on their mind. And I'm also getting when they wake up, you're the first thing on their mind. They may even like wake up to see if you texted them or sent them a message or something like that. But I get a feeling that if they're doing that, Aries, I was going to say Pisces for whatever reason, whatever they're doing, Aries, it's kind of like they know that the burden is too great. The stress and heaviness is too great because they can't just keep missing you anymore. They can't just keep looking at your photos, your pictures, your text messages. They can't just keep sitting there not doing anything, because I'm hearing the ball is in their court, Aries, and it's time for them to make a move, right? In the lyric, in the Lifehouse song, Hanging by a Moment, I'm standing here until you make me move, okay? But I was listening to that song before I recorded this, and I said to myself, well, if you are falling so much in love with this person and you want to chase them and you want to, you're not sure what you're diving into, you're not sure what's going to happen, but you want this to happen, you need to make the move, right? It's kind of like your person, Aries, can't just stand there and wait for you to make the move. They need to make the move. And that's why they're in this Ten of Wands energy, where it's kind of like, I can't feel this pressure anymore. And this love for you is so immense, Aries. They're bursting at the seams with this. And it's like you help them deal with those emotions, but at the same time, if they're just like looking you up and just like staring at your picture at night, when they want to text you, when they want to call you, when they want to see you, it's not really helping them, and they know this, and it's really becoming a massive burden for them, and they're having a hard time with, I know I need to do something because this is not helping me. Just going to bed at night and just, oh, I'm getting excited because I'm going to look at their pictures or their videos or whatever. But it's not the same. It is not the same. But with this Ten of Wands, I'm getting the energy here. The love for you is really, really immense. And they can't hold it in anymore. The dam's it's going to break. If it hasn't broken already, it's like, I just can't feel this pressure anymore. And just lie here and think about them and watch them or something like that, because it's not helping and they know it. Bottom of the deck is the King of Spades. This is the King of Swords, okay, as I'm reading this. And this says, I love you when you choose me. I've never seen this card before. There's a pregnancy test on here. Can you see it? You see where my thumb is? She tested positive. Maybe somebody tested positive for a pregnancy. I don't know. That's going to be, you know, for one person here. Oh, shit. So, yeah, I guess they found out together, and there's hearts around them. There's no disappointment. And she's like, I choose you. Right? It's kind of like these people here they're happy. Maybe somebody here has been trying very hard for a child. This is kind of turning a different direction. Or this could also be about them dreaming about having children with you. Maybe they're literally having dreams about when, you know, you find out that you're pregnant and you share it with them, and there's like this, you know, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're going to have a baby together type of thing. And I know some of you are probably thinking, well, it doesn't look celebratory, but this is like a very solemn moment for them, because there's some energy where they can't believe that, you know, because especially if somebody's having a hard time getting pregnant, they can't believe that they're actually conceiving. That could be for a specific message for a specific person here. But when it says, I love you when you choose me, it's kind of like, I want you to be the father of my children, the mother of my children type of thing. That's a pretty big thing when you want somebody to bear your child, or you want to have children with that person. But what they're also saying, Aries, here is that they do choose you. They want to have a family with you. They want to just sit there and enjoy life with you and build off of a family they may already have. Create a new family, whatever this is for you. Or just like, you know, it could be a family with pets, guys, but there's strong pregnancy here because the pregnancy test is positive here. I've never seen this before. The King of Swords has never come out when I'm using this deck, so this is interesting, Aries. But because it is the King of Swords, when I talk about the pressure is too great about not talking to you, communicating with you, speaking their truth, that's there. It's the King of Swords. This person knows that they have to rectify the situation. They know that they can't have this burden upon them anymore because they said the ball is in their court. This is the King of Swords who has a strategy. He has a plan of action. He just needs to execute it. This person has, no, they know what to say. They've written up the letter. They've drafted up several times. They've revised it several times. Maybe they had other people look at it, like an editor or something like that. And it's like, yeah, you know what? This sounds good. You should send it. Okay. But it's like this person's hesitating on sending this. And what's also happening here is that they can't shut their heart out to love anymore when they really want to be with you, when they want to have kids with you, when they want to have that family with you. There's also some sort of energy here where they're afraid. There's a little bit of fear here with regards to, well, if I actually say something and I communicate how I feel and I'm being God honest, truthful, this is somebody who's going to be very honest and forthcoming. Someone who's going to be very cut to the chase and say, I'm not beating around the bush anymore. I got to express how I feel. When they do this, they know that there's going to be another person involved in their lives. And it could very well be that they feel like right now there's a lot going on in their life and there's a lot of responsibilities. And they want to make sure that they have the time for you. They want to make sure that they have enough time to just sit there with you and talk, or just like hold each other, or just like, you know, whatever it is, just be in the moment. Hanging by a moment with you, right? Just that you don't have to do shit. You could just sit there and just be next to each other. This person is, he's really getting into this energy, or she, of course. I can't worry about this when this person comes into my life, because they know when they communicate the truth to you, all of the truth, there's no going back, right? You can't take it back. Once it's said, it's said. And there's a little bit of pressure on them because they know this. But at the same time, there's hearts around their head, the phone. There's this exchange of love going on. This person cannot deny this. So it's like, I have to do something about this. I can't just sit around here and allowing myself for the, thank you for the confirmation, Holy Spirit. I can't sit around here and have this burden overtake me. They're on the brink of collapse because they're ready to tell you the truth. It's just a matter of like hitting send, or just like, fuck it, I'm just going to say this and that's it. They know they have to come correct here. They know they have to be honest with you if they want to move things forward. But there are a lot of truths that they're going to tell you, and they're afraid either you're going to be judged, because I see like judgment with this, justice with this. They're afraid that they're going to be, you know, there could be, it could overtake them where it makes things worse for them, where it doesn't turn out the way that they're hoping it would. But this person needs to get over that mentality, to get over that fear. They have to have some mental strength here, and they know they have to make a decision. This is decisiveness. This is not indecisiveness. But they also know that the other pressure that is compounding on them right now is because they have blocked this love for coming in for so long. They've been very stoic. They've been very rigid. They've been very logical. They come across every now and again as not showing emotion. And they just talk about, you know, worldly things, or I don't know, talk about jobs, or talk about business, or just talk about things that have nothing to do with feelings. And every time they communicate with you, it's like, I need to say something. Once they get their foot in the door and kind of like talk about some things, and they're ready to say how they're really feeling, to be completely honest with you here, they back out. They hesitate, and then they stop themselves in their tracks. And it's due to fear. And every time they do this, because they're ready to tell you the truth, they're ready to tell you how they feel. They don't want to shut you out anymore. They don't want to be closed off to love, because it's actually hurting them as opposed to helping them. They think they're protecting themselves, but they're not. And they're starting to realize this. There's a mastery of focus, integrity, truth, discipline here. And is saying, you know what, I have to understand. I know that going forward in everything that I do, I need to live the path of truth. I need to speak my truth no matter what, because if I don't do that, I am not in alignment with my higher self. I am not in alignment with God, and that actually leads to them attracting other people who are not going to be honest or truthful with them. or those are going to be standoffish or kind of like closed-minded, closed-hearted type of thing. Like, I got Fort Knox built around my heart, like the icebox where my heart used to be, type of Omarion type of song thing. They can't do that anymore. They can't calculate their moves. They can't try to be overly strategic, because somebody's been trying to be strategic with how they're going to go about expressing their feelings, but apparently every time they execute the strategy, it fails. It doesn't work, because some of you guys are very intuitive and you kind of know what they're doing before they do it. All right, and this person's like, oh shit, I can't do this anymore. I'm hearing like I caught you red-handed. They kind of know that you have these feelings for them, but they're just waiting for you to say it, or just to say the truth, because some of you guys have asked for the truth and nothing but. That's all you wanted. And you've been kind of waiting for this person just to be honest with me. That's all I'm asking for, right? There's nothing wrong for asking for the truth, but you have to remember, when somebody gives you the cold hard truth here, and it might be triggering, you can't go off on them and be like, what the fuck type of thing, blah, 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 and you get all irate and stuff like that, and you turn into a King of Swords. No. When you are the receiver of truth, you have to accept all of the truth, especially when it's coming from someone who's just saying, I just need to get this out. The truth does hurt sometimes, but if we're not in that truth, we're not in alignment with the divine. So this person is really saying, I know this, I have to say, I have to communicate my truth here. And I can't shut my heart off to love anymore, because it's not doing me any good. Top of the deck is the Five of Pentacles. Love is encouraging. Yeah, because there's self-worth issues. I'm not deserving. I don't deserve love. I've shut Aries out for so long, and I've been just trying to be overly logical with this connection instead of trusting my intuition and not listening to my heart. This person hasn't listened to their heart for a long time, and because of that, it's really weighed very heavily on them. They can't, the pressure is too great. Holding in this truth is too great, but it's because, again, that fear due to self-worth issues, not feeling that they're good enough for you, that they're not deserving of your love type of thing. And I've talked about this. We can't go around judging people, telling them that they're not deserving of things, because who are we to say that? That's up to God to determine who's deserving of something or not. But when it comes to love, why are we going to go around saying that someone's not deserving of love? That's really distorted energy. That's not divine at all. That's not Christ consciousness. No matter what somebody has done, they're still deserving of love, because that's what ultimately heals. It's what transforms people. And that's why a lot of people are so like turned off to love, or they're so King of Swords, the Shadow King of Swords, and logical and standoffish and rigid, and it's like whatever, having this game face on, because they haven't been able to really experience what true love is, or let alone having people love them for who they are. And you know, it could be you, Aries, where you're closing yourself out to people who are trying to help you, or trying to support you, or trying to, it's something about helping you with you being overly logical about things. Like, I have to have proof. If it's not written here, then I don't believe in it, or I have to see it, because the King of Swords has a tendency to be so logical in the sense that it has to be written down, it has to be part of a rule book, it has to be what everybody else is saying, as opposed to really just going to God and questioning God and asking, well, God, what is this? Can you please explain to me through my heart space what this is? So it could be you, Aries, but I'm getting that for some of you, but others of you, it's your person where I can't, you know, let this affect me so much, because for some of you or your person, it's really affecting your health. Someone is overdoing it with stuff. Someone is doing too much of something and their health is being affected. Five of Pentacles are health issues. Serious health issues. All right. Some stress here is causing some serious health issues, because someone just is trying to do too much because of, you know, there could be a teacher, a counselor, or something with technology or communications, and it's, you know, it's weighing heavy on them. and they're like, I can't really continue to do this. I got to let the love in. I got to take care of myself. And part of that letting the love in is also loving yourself, right? Taking care of yourself first and foremost. But there is also like some sort of health issue here that has been preventing this person from like taking action or communicating, or there's something about communicating with you about a health issue that they've had. Depression, because Five of Pentacles to be depression. I had financial issues. I had money issues. This is also a gambling card. I had a problem with gambling and I lost all my money. Or this could even be I went through a divorce, a very, very burdensome, stressful divorce, and it depleted me of my funds. Like they had to keep going to court, going to court, going to court. There's a lot of stuff that this person's going to have to say. In Aries, you're being asked to hear them out, to listen to what they have to say. Because the reason why they were closing themselves off to you was because of all of this stuff going on in their life, and they did not want you to be part of it. You don't want that energy surrounding you, Aries, because it affects you. It affects your abundance. It affects your manifestation abilities. So this person is going to say, I need to tell them the truth about my health issues, my issues with the divorce, my financial problems, my gambling problems, my self-worth problems. Someone had a very, very huge issue with self-esteem. They did not believe in themselves. They did not trust themselves. They did not, it's like they self-sabotaged a lot. They felt so low. It was like, I'm not worthy of anything. I'm such a low life. Like, why am I deserving of good things? That is tough. But that's because that person was closing themselves off to love. When you completely shut the world out like that, that's how this happens. But also it says love is encouraging. You have been encouraging to get them out of that hole. This is kind of like falling into a hole, into an abyss. You're encouraging them to get out of that. To not be afraid of love. To not hold back the truth. To not, to push love away. So, yeah. This person is... They have been going through a lot, but the main thing here, Aries, is the pressure has become too great because they've been holding the truth. I do get, because the King of Swords is there. You've chosen them time and time again, and they didn't choose you, and that has been an issue for them too. They also didn't choose themselves, meaning that they didn't go after their pursuit of happiness. They didn't go after what they wanted to do. So we're going to see what else we can learn about your person, Aries. What else are they thinking, feeling? What else do you want to tell us? What else would you like to tell us about what's going on for the end of February 2023 with regards to love for Aries, Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pleiadians, Sirians, please and thank you. Wow. Solitude. And King of Swords is an independent person. Some of you are dealing with somebody who's divorced here. Spending some time in solitude. And solitude is where God does his greatest work on you, and you do your greatest work on yourself. This is self-discovery. This is the hermit energy. This is Socrates. Know thyself. Understanding, why am I doing the things that I'm doing? Why did I go through what I went through? This Virgo is analysis, okay, with that hermit energy. And Virgos are very good at this. They start analyzing things. I did this when I went into hermit mode, and I started to realize why I was in the relationships that I was in. And it had to do with me, not the other person. So apparently your person is starting to realize the same thing. Oh, I was so low vibrational, Five of Pentacles, King of Swords, standoffish. Closing myself off to love, having a pity party, woe is me, I don't have any luck, shit always happens to me, I'm the victim, I'm the victim, I'm the victim, God hates me, God, whatever, this, and that. When you put yourself in that, you attract all of that stuff. Lack attracts lack. Low vibration attracts low vibration. Low self-esteem attracts more of that really dark, dank, low energy. And this person thought that God had it out for them. This person thought God didn't exist. They thought, psh, whatever. If I'm going through all this shit, God must not love me. There is no God, is what I'm hearing. Somebody had a God complex. And they were like, logic, 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 logic. If God was all omniscient and all loving and all knowing, there wouldn't be poverty, there wouldn't be war, there wouldn't be violence, I wouldn't be in this shithole. But God's trying to get this person, to get you, Aries, to realize that you got to get out of your shithole. And that's where this solitude energy comes in, about this contemplation. What is it that I'm doing that I am attracting into my life? And when I did this analysis on myself, I started to realize the patterns in my own family with relationships, the patterns with the women, the patterns with the men, and we were all repeating the same shit. I had a massive epiphany. You get epiphanies when you spend a lot of time in solitude. When you spend time in solitude, you really connect with God. Let me ask God this. Let me not go to the rule book. Let me not go to the internet. Let me not go by what everybody else is saying. Let me go to God first. Let me be at peace. Let me spend some time in contemplation and introspection to really understand what the truth is, because the truth lies within you already. You're already the sage. We all carry this knowledge that God has given us. We just have to go into this mode and connect with God to get that information, to get what the truth is. And when I went into this, it made sense. And then I learned from my mistakes. I learned from my poor patterns, my poor habits, my poor behavior, karmic patterns, the ancestral patterns. I said, I have the ability to change this. And when I started doing that, my entire world changed. And I started to attract amazing people into my life, people who were going with me to where my vibration is. My health got even better. You know, I've been able to maintain the weight that I was when I was like a senior in high school, and I'm not going to the gym. I'm walking an hour practically every day and having my tea, my power breakfast, and just mindfulness, being at peace, spending time with God for an hour every morning, for an hour during my walks, or whenever else I have downtime. Even when I go out and have my tea in the back porch of my parents' house by the pool, and I spend time in solitude with my tea and with God and with nature. It keeps me aligned. And you know what happens when I do that? God gives me more downloads. He gives me more truth, and he gives me more epiphanies to help me with my mission work, to help me with other things. So your person has been spending a lot of time doing this. I gotta stop being so logical about this connection, about everything in life. I need to go within to get the answers. The answers you are seeking, your person's been seeking, are not outside of themselves. It's in themselves. Because we already have access to that knowledge. Because God gave it to us. It's just a matter of getting to this and connecting with God to get the answers. And I talk about this person tends to be hermity. That's probably why I said Pisces, because Pisces energy they like to be introverts. They like to be secluded. But what happens is when they're too secluded, it leads to the Five of Pentacles that we talked about. Low self-esteem and being afraid to go out there and interact with people because of fear of ridicule, or fear of being hurt, or just fearful of being themselves, being their honest selves and the authentic selves. Someone has, and again with that 10 of Wands, looking at your pictures, it's like they've been so long in solitude. They're like, I don't want to be alone anymore. I don't want to be by myself. I understand what the truth is. I understand what this connection is. I need to take action. I see what my truth is and how I'm supposed to, yikes, that guy was speeding through here, and how I'm supposed to convey this, how I'm supposed to speak my truth. Your person's been spending a lot of time in solitude to better understand who they are. And this is excellent energy. Not being so logical about things in life or about you, about the connection, but going to God about it instead. And your person's been getting a lot of truths from God. Divine Feminine. This is wonderful right here. they've really been tapping into their divine feminine energy. Divine feminine energy is introspection. It's passivity. It's the yin energy. Going within. Intuition. When you spend a lot of time in contemplation and introspection, you're tapping more into your feminine side to get the answers. This is very strong masculine energy, and when it's distorted, it's not good. You cannot connect with God if you're distorted masculine King of Swords, where all you're looking at is logic and the truth based on what was written somewhere. That's not where you're going to get all of your truth. What God is going to do, he will reveal to you, yeah, what you saw is truth, but come to me and ask me. The divine feminine doesn't put logic into things. She has a balance with her masculine energy, but she knows that when she is connected to God fully, she is being taught, she's being given that information, that knowledge, that wisdom through her intuition. And a lot of you, your person has had a hard time with tapping into their feminine energies. The distorted masculine was running amok, and the feminine energies for them was practically non-existent, which ties into that Five of Pentacles we saw about the low self-esteem, low worth, I'm not deserving. Nobody's giving anything to me. Like, I have to take. I can't learn to give type of thing. She's a giver and a taker, but she knows when to receive. She knows how to receive. So your person has really been spending a lot of time in solitude to tap into this divine feminine energy. And look what's at the bottom of the deck, Aries. They are ascending. They're moving away from that strong, distorted masculine energy, especially with the logic, especially with hardening their hearts and turning, not having an open heart and open mind, to opening more up to this divine feminine energy. They're starting to become more in balance, in tune with this energy, especially if they are male. Because the Piscean age has done a lot of damage to those who, especially the male gender, with regards to tapping into this feminine energy and going within and spending time in solitude, being one with God to get answers, to take better care of themselves, to spend more time in contemplation. This is beautiful, Aries. I see Six of Swords with this, getting in the boat and heading towards the light. Their paradise, because paradise on earth does exist. But that comes with doing a lot of this. Going within, spending time with God to tap more into your feminine energy, to connect more with that light. I'm also getting, because this person is ascending, they're really elevating, they're getting ready. It's like, I see this for what it is now. And they are, like I said, they're King of Swords. They're ready to speak the truth. But what's happening is that they've been spending a lot of time in solitude to prepare themselves to come forward to the divine feminine. The boat. Getting in the boat. They've been sitting in the boat and not pushing off from the shore. The oars are not in the water. Because they know when they are fully ready to speak their truth, to be in their full integrity, to be their authentic selves, they're going to push off from the shore, put the oars in the water, and sail off. Isn't there a song like this? There's a lyric for that. It's Rio Speedwagon. I can't fight this feeling anymore. Yep, 10 of Wands. I'm trying to sing the lyric. Why can I not get it? Throw my oars across. You guys know what it is. It's because something's interfering with that for me. You know what? They want me to look it up. See what happens? See what happens, people? You guys know. I think some of you know what the lyrics are. can't fight this feeling anymore. All right. It's time to bring this ship into the shore. See, I'm thinking about oars, but you guys see what I'm saying. I'm talking a boat. Maybe they do have a ship. It's time to bring this ship into the shore. But the thing is, I said pushing themselves away from the shore, right? Or you could look at it the other way. They need to push themselves away from their comfort zone, put the oars in the water to head towards the feminine. Look at the light. The feminine's been here patiently waiting. She allowed the masculine to go navigating to see what he would find. That's in the Jason Mraz song, I Won't Give Up. She knows that the masculine's returning. You know that the masculine's returning. It's a matter of like patience and just being in the light, connecting to God. And this masculine knows that she's been waiting. She knows that there's a new dawn on the horizon. It's coming. It's there. And look, he sees the light. Her light is shining so brightly. He sees that and he's coming home to her because of her light. That's the only way he can get to her. And look how bright the light is. He's like, I gotta get in this ship and push it aside, put the oars in the water and head towards the feminine. But there's also, if you're looking at that I Can't Find This Feeling song anymore by Rio Speedwagon, it's time to bring the ship to the shore. He's been on this journey. And now God's telling him, you don't have to row anymore, right? Because when he puts the oars in and he's doing the work, he's sailing, Christopher Cross, he's just going on the water. And then God says, okay, you don't need to row anymore. But what's happened here is the masculine is just sitting there in the wake, and something's coming, and the boat starts to move, and God's like, you're right there. Why'd you stop? God's like, I did tell you to, like, okay, you don't have to row anymore, but I didn't tell you just yet. It's kind of like the masculine stops short, which is why I was saying the masculine hesitates. And God's like, you're ready. You are a king now. You've gained a lot of wisdom from your life's lessons. You know what the truth is. All you have to do is row a couple more times and put the boat into the shore. Because the feminine, and there's females in these cards, she's been waiting for the ship to dock. She's been waiting for this person to come in. Patiently. But this doesn't mean that she's twiddling her thumbs and not doing anything with her life. She's living her best life. She's what? Help me out, guys. Proverbially waiting? She's not literally. She's holding this space. The light is there and the masculine can see it. Your person can see it. But she's like, I'm still in my feminine energy. I'm doing my mission work. I'm staying high vibrational. I'm still connecting with God. I'm still praying for the masculine. I'm still doing what God has asked me to do. But I know he's coming home. So if you're the male, the masculine watching this, and you kind of stop rowing, all you got to do is 2 more rows and you're there. It's time to bring the boat to the shore. She's right at the dock there. She's been waiting. Look, and all of these pictures are near water. Emotions. Water, water, water. Love. She's still holding the space for this masculine. So if you're the masculine watching this, you're awake now. So now you know what it is you need to do, and you can't be afraid of that truth when you speak it to the feminine. Because you already know, you both know what's happening next. Okay. So we're going to see what this new moon in Pisces, it's a supermoon, new supermoon in Pisces is activating in love for you or in your connection. All right, Aries, Holy Spirit, Archangels, what is this new moon, new supermoon in Pisces activating in love for the end of February 2023, or activating in their connection with their person? Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Wow. Joy. The energy of joy activates our feelings of happiness and well-being and supports a high vibrational frequency in our being. What did I talk about? The feminine energy, being in that high frequency. The feminine is also the energy where she finds or he finds the joy within themselves, not outside of themselves. You remember I talked about being overly logical, King of Swords, the shadow side of that guy. It's like, I need to find answers outside of myself, not in myself. I need to find joy outside of myself. What this new moon in Pisces is doing is activating this higher frequency, this higher state of being. This ties into divinity. When you are happy and you're blissful, no matter what the hell's going on in your life, and you're experiencing that joy no matter what, you are in alignment with God. Because God always wants us to be joyful no matter what. Not to be angry, not to be bitter, not to be critical, not to be condescending, not to be shadow, distorted King of Swords. I'm hearing the truth is in the pudding for whatever reason. This supermoon, I'm hearing now tears of joy. Because there could be somebody where all this stuff that's accumulating for this person, your person, Aries, they're getting ready to speak the truth. They know they need to. They can't stay silent anymore. And they know when they do, it's gonna be a huge release. And this person's gonna cry tears of joy because the dam has finally been broken. The floodgates are open, and then all of this burden, this heaviness just floods out. And there's no more pressure, and there's no more fear, and there's no more anything low vibrational. So there's something about, because the supermoon, it's when the moon is closest to the earth in its orbit. And we all know how the moon affects the tides, right? We all know full moons affect us greatly, but this new moon is so potent. And because it's in the sign of Pisces, Pisces is the most sensitive zodiac sign. So don't be shocked, guys, if with regards to love or whatever, you're going to feel even more, energies are heightened during this time, like magnified to the 10th degree. Because it's in Pisces, because it's a supermoon, emotions can be running wild here, but make sure that you stay in a sense of happiness and bliss. But there's also something about feeling so overcome with love and emotion, there you'll just be crying tears of joy because of how much love you have. And with this person here, what's activating is when this person speaks the truth, he's gonna feel so happy that he's finally done it. And the bottom of the deck is the third chakra. This is the solar plexus energy. The energy of the solar plexus chakra helps us to realize who we are and who we want to be, so we can set a course toward our goals, get in the boat, and head towards our goals. And that's your person getting in the boat and heading towards you, Aries. This new moon is really activating this self-esteem energy, the vitality, the life force energy. I can do this. I can speak my truth because I'm ascending. I've ascended. I'm awake now. I know who the feminine is to me. I know what my role as the masculine is. I know all of these things because I've gained a lot of wisdom during solitude. I've gained a lot of strength. I've built up my strength, my resilience, my self-esteem, my vitality. This person has also worked very hard on their health issues, their self-esteem issues, their God complex issues. There's this light emitting out of them. We already saw this with all the light in the ascending and the feminine cards, right? Right here. When we find the joy within ourselves, Aries, we can find happiness within another. We attract that happiness. When we are Five of Pentacles, when we're low vibe and we're pity party people and we're just like, oh, nobody loves me, I have the worst luck in love, whatever, I'm not deserving, but no, you're not attracting this. God, the universe, Holy Spirit is trying to get you to say, you find this within you. So what's activating in this connection here is that there's going to be a lot of this strong, like, vitality, a lot of willpower here with this third chakra. Determination, fearlessness. I'm heading towards what makes me happy. I know there is more joy to be had. There's more happiness to be experienced. I really need to focus on my well-being. See, this is joy, elevates your vibration, and third chakra, again, it's the life force energy. What gets us going, what makes us feel healthy, what makes us feel elevated and high vibrational. It's a healthy solar plexus chakra. And joy is part of this. If you can see in this sacred geometry card, look at all the orange, the yellow actually, and orange surrounding this. Look at in this card. This joy is encompassing everything. When you have that vibration and you're continuing to have that joy within you, anything that tries to penetrate that, it won't. It can try, but you'll be so strong with that third chakra energy. Nothing is going to destroy your happiness or inner peace. This connection is moving to the next level here. And I'm getting for the masculine here, they're moving to a much higher frequency. They're in the process of this because of the ascending card. Aligning themselves with the feminine, aligning themselves with God. So before we go to the extended Aries, we're going to get some guidance for the end of February with regards to love, or guidance for your connection. All right. The extended link is in the description box below. What that entails is we're going to see what's been blocking your person. It could be a past block or it could be a current block, like what they've been struggling with, to help you better understand your person, understand your love situation, or maybe what you've been struggling with. We're then going to look into what is happening next in love for you or in your connection, and then we're going to get messages from your person to see what your person wanted to tell you on Valentine's Day, but they couldn't say. Or maybe you couldn't say. Depends how you look at it. What guidance do we have for Aries with this connection? Or in love? Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pleiadians, Sirians, please and thank you. Oh, wow. Resolving conflict. What did I say about rectifying things? Bringing balance, harmony, justice, order to things with that King of Swords. Knowing that the truth sets you free. Okay? So what the guidance here is, here's the energy of the divine feminine: love, compassion, empathy, and understanding. When this person comes to you and speaks the truth, it was really hurting them what they did to you, but again, they had to understand why it happened. The solitude, the hermit energy. You see what I talked about when you give love to other people, even people who are closed off, who are standoffish, who are overly logical, who are very stoic and just like rigid in their belief systems and stuff like that. When you have empathy and compassion and you understand where they're coming from and you still put that love out there, it helps to change them. Look at her heart space. She's the one standing up. She's the one in the light. That's the feminine energy. Feminine energy, no matter whether you're male or female, it's always having compassion and understanding for people no matter what. I talked about deserving of love. This person may have, he's very sad and very disappointed in his love life, in his life in general, and how he treated her. And he's in this dark feeling of despair, self-consciousness, what's it called? Debbie Downer, right? This is Five of Pentacles right here. I'm not worthy. I feel like a piece of shit. And this feminine here is like, no. I understand. I totally understand why you did what you did. I understand where you're coming from. Because that's when the feminine is truly connected to God. Because she sees the divinity in people and she sees others through the eyes of God. How God sees them. So she's saying, hey, come here. I've got this love for you anyway. resolving conflict is that Six of Swords energy. Conflict of resolution of a conflict. Ascension. When you're coming from a place of unconditional love, compassion, empathy, and understanding, things can move forward. Progress can be made. When you speak your truth, you move forward towards paradise, towards the light. It looks like the guidance here is to be open-minded and open-hearted. When this person actually finally tells you what happened. There's so many hearts in this picture. This is Christ consciousness right here. This is an open heart chakra too. When the feminine has completely healed her heart chakra, she has the ability and the power to help transform the masculine and to help him heal his heart chakra. But she does it in the 5D. She does it through her energies, through the unconditional love that she possesses, that she gives out, not just to her person, but to others. We can resolve all conflicts with people, Aries, when we put the unconditional love out there. When we understand people more, when we see people through the eyes of God. And so many people have a hard time doing that. This is how we heal. I talked about this. And it's not just with your person, it's with everybody else that you've ever had a conflict with. This is even like conflicts in the world. All this war, all this disparity, all this like the racism, the judgments, you name it. There's always seems to be conflict in the world. But the more we focus on that, the more we put negative energy towards that, the more it's going to magnify. And we're actually giving power to the devil when we do that, as opposed to giving power to God. And giving power to God is when we come from a place of love, from the divine feminine energy. This is what's going to resolve a lot of these conflicts in the world with you and people, with yourself. This is what's going to resolve a lot of issues on this earthly plane. Love is the only thing that's going to heal the collective. The unconditional love, not conditional. We're not here to be loving based on condition, based off of logic. That's not Christ consciousness. Okay. So there's going to be a resolution of conflict here. Things are going to be rectified. Somebody's really going to come forward and be honest. Because look, I love this card. It's my favorite card in the deck. The commitment card. It's 2 swans. This is a divine union. Swans mate for life. They've gone through their own struggles as the ugly duckling. They've gone through their own phases of like looking at themselves as an ugly duckling. Oh man, you know, everybody, I look like this horrible looking bird. Oh God, what is that? 5 of Pentacles. But then you transform into this beautiful swan. On your own. And then you attract what you're vibrating at. And then you come together and you mate for life. And you come together in divine union. Right? See, there's the moon there. It's like this new moon in Supermoon in Pisces may very well be activating unions. Because apparently with all that love that's going to be magnified, the emotions being heightened, the joy being heightened, people are really going to have this need to just resolve conflicts. And make amends, shake hands, let bygones be bygones. Like, I'm going to commit myself to you. I'm going to commit myself to myself. I'm going to be more committed to helping you, to doing things for you, or to balance things out. Again, the King of Swords brings balance and harmony to situations. He resolves conflicts too. That's the justice energy. Doing what is fair. Choosing what the right thing to do is, not the logical thing to do. Choosing, it's like what they say, what would Jesus do, right? So this conflict is going to lead to a commitment, but we need to come from a place of love and understanding. We have to understand that whoever is resolving this conflict, whoever is coming to us to speak the truth, they've been going through a lot. A lot. They've been in the dark for quite some time, and they had to spend a lot of time in solitude to heal their inner child, to be more in tune with their feminine energy, to help them to commit to themselves first if they wanted a true love like this. But it all starts with committing to ourselves first, right? That's how it works. If we can't commit to ourselves and doing what we know is right for us first, and doing our healing and our ascension and all that stuff, we can't expect somebody to commit to us. And commitment can mean a lot of things to you. So they want me to read the book real quick. I think it's the bottom part of this resolving conflict. Embrace this opportunity to create a greater understanding and connection with your beloved. Fear of not having our needs met and the hurt we experience when our feelings were seemingly overlooked are the most common reasons for attacking another while defending ourselves. You have drawn this card today because healing your fear of any type of conflict will benefit the quality of your future and existing relationships. Didn't I say that this masculine was afraid to come forward with the truth? Because there's going to be some cold hard truths here about the gambling, about the money problems, about the struggles with the divorce, about the low self-esteem and the drinking and depression. Nobody wants to be that vulnerable, but when you are in your light and you're able to be that vulnerable, it sets you free. You feel better about yourself. So this person's afraid, like I said, to come forward with this truth because they're afraid it's going to cause some conflict, or you're going to get all pissed off or saying, I can't believe whatever, or you didn't tell me, or this, you held this from me. Don't do that when that person comes forward, man, because this is not easy for them to do. Not at all. You have drawn this card today because healing your fear of any type of conflict will benefit the quality of your future and existing relationships. Being humans means that you will occasionally experience conflict, whether you see yourself as the passive or aggressive one, the victim, or the perpetrator. It doesn't matter which side you're on, it's a dynamic we will experience on occasion. Next time you find yourself in a disagreement with someone, don't run away, ignore it, or become aggressive. Embrace the opportunity to understand them, yourself, and the situation more clearly. The key to unlocking the grip of conflict and shifting the conversation to a healing level is asking, what do you really mean by that? It is non-confrontational and open while creating a space for people to express themselves truthfully and discover the real issue. Asking this question in a calm manner makes it clear that you genuinely want to know. When you ask, what do you really mean by that? Your supposed adversary will begin to understand that you do care and that resolution, healing, and mutual satisfaction are possible. Start asking people, what do you mean by that? I don't understand. Can you clarify for me, please? Instead of coming at the person aggressive and be like, you're wrong, and that's not what's written. That's not the logical thing. Nope. You're attacking that person by doing that. Okay. I hope that helped you, Aries. I'm now going to move on to the extended, but for those of you who are not coming with me, thank you so much for watching this video, for subscribing to this channel if you haven't already, and for illuminating that thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. I wish you the best today, and always I send you so much love, and I hope I illuminated your well-being today. Again, this is Jess from Capella Wellness, starring out.